Good look at A.J. McGinty, his first summer with the Eagles, and it's really been impressive wearing that number 10 jersey.
Shoulder up.
See if he can find some holes in this Australian defense tonight.
And it's underway. Here come the men in gold and green from down the wall to start things off. U.S. has one of their tough men, Greg Peterson, with the yellow card sitting out right now.
Well, Kenny, it's also about 260 pounds of weight in that scrum that's missing.
Australia trying to get through there. It's picked up by Phipps. Phipps with a nice pass, and the first try goes to the Australians. Bernard Foley taking it in.
Here's the try by Bernard Foley. Just a quick sidestep. Nothing McGinty can do once he's lost his feet.
Foley coming off a great season, over 150 points last year, 23 on penalty kicks.
And you can just kind of feel the panic inside that Eagle team down against their own goal line, Kenny, and that's what the Australians will do to you. First, they're short-handed. Then they go to the scrum. Across the 22-meter line. It doesn't have to go anywhere besides across that line, but usually it's going to be kicked deep here.
2 minutes to go in the sin bin, as it's called, the penalty box, basically, for Greg Peterson with that yellow card early. Here comes the Aussies making one more run at it and getting one more try and taking advantage, and getting the score is Nick Phipps. Phipps earlier with the assist, and now he gets his try.
Well, it looked like a little bit of obstruction maybe on Foley. You see Wiles coming in to try to make that tackle. Samu Manoa drags Foley down, but Lamosatelli can't catch up with Wycliffe Palu.
All the starters right now for Australia playing professionally as well.
Well, and U.S. Rugby has come a long way in a couple of years, but until there is a high-performance opportunity and development pathway for players in the United States, not only to reach the national team, but to play high-quality matches week in and week out, they'll struggle to compete with the top-tier nations like Australia.
Eric Fry gets his chance. Now outside, nice open field tackling by McMahon of Australia.
Penalty advantage. There goes McGinty. He's found some space in the line in front of him throughout the summer, and he's started to poke a few holes in this Australian defense. It's an encouraging sign for the U.S.
U.S. driving it down, trying to get inside the 22 meters and getting closer. Peterson driving it straight ahead. The Americans trying to answer after dropping behind 14-0.
On the U.S. long penalty advantage being played.
He has distance, and he has 3 points.
Well, it's a relief to get on the board, and McGinty, cool as a cucumber, puts that ball across the crossbar.
And another look at A.J. McGinty, straight and true, and the U.S. gets on the board.
They're going to try to set up a couple of phases, good strong platform, and then McGinty will kick it out with that left boot.
And McGinty.
It's a great kick, but there to field it, Bernard Foley. They go quickly again. Curtly Beal on the return.
And Beal starts up the middle, and he's met head-on by Palamo once again.
Well, Palamo's come to play. What a great story Palamo is. Youngest World Cup player ever in 2007. Then he went and played for the Utah Utes as a defensive end, and then he decided to get back into rugby.
And here now comes Fry for the U.S.
Smartly pulls it back. He's not going to beat anyone on the corner.
Cameron Dolan with it. Now they'll try to work it right into the middle. But the U.S. once again, after having to yield some field position, turning Australia back. Now they'll try to run it on the outside. Moving with it is Kelly. Kelly gives it over to Nguyen. Nguyen has a man to beat. He gives it over for the try for the U.S. A beautiful pass right at the last moment by Nguyen, and the Americans get on the board.
And Mike Petrie scores the try for the United States. What a great line. They had numbers on the outside, and Taku Nguyen wearing that number 14 jersey. Palamo sees him on the corner. McGinty, great job of getting it out selflessly. Seamus Kelly, and look at the pass and go. Petrie says, give me the ball, Taku, and over the line he goes, and that is a huge boost. These Eagles have come to play, and I'll tell you what, there are some differences in this squad based on their summer campaign.
And the kick is good.
Just wasn't able to hold on to it. The United States squanders it. And look, we're 95 meters away from where the United States was.
The total opposite end. Now with it is Douglas, number 4. They're trying to bully their way in, getting close to the try. Did they get it in there? It looks like they have.
They did. That's Sean
and they
McMahon.
Did. It is McMahon.
Wearing 7. The youngster, former Sevens player for the Wallabies.
Rookie of the year in Super Rugby last year, a breakout season, and there he is, the 21-year-old, 225 pounds.
Well, this is just the Australians exerting their pack dominance on the U.S. So hard to stop that rolling maul.
And what a turnaround. On its way and through.
You just don't retreat as fast across the offsides line. You make bad decisions in the breakdown area. You can't keep your feet as much, and that starts to wear on you, and penalties start to accrue. And you wonder if that's what's happening with these Eagles.
And once again, Australia threatening with another score, a score that would widen the margin, and you wonder if it would just deflate these United States players after playing so hard, and they get in, and they get the try.
And that's Dean Mumm, who's come in as a replacement at lock. And Mumm just gets a nice little flip from Guinea. Take a look here, just one off the side.
2 men just in the lineup, Guinea and Mumm here in the second half. 2 veteran players for them too, by the way.
Yeah, that's a mismatch. You got Mike Petrie against Dean Mumm. And physically, that's just one that's going to yield.
And the Australians now 26-10. Trying to add to it is Foley, and he does. 2 more points off the foot of Bernard Foley. And now what was a 14-10 game to start this second half. Australia now opening it up.
Well, that's, Dean Mumm could practically lean across from 5 meters out.
See if they can get anything going there. And once again brought down. Let's check in with Tracy on the sideline.
Well, Coach Mike Gacheka is known as a taskmaster.
The U.S. has it back. It's A.J. McGinty on a breakaway. 1 man to bring him down.
It's Wiles. He's got Bauman on the outside.
Yes. And can the U.S. get it in? What a turnaround it would be for them.
Well, the energy of this entire stadium has just been turned up a couple of notches, Kenny. The United States got to get points. We talked about it before. You can't just bang on the door. You've got to kick it down.
The crowd trying to encourage them. Smash Mouth trying to move the pile.
With Danny Barrett on the side, you can tell he wants to will that ball across the line. He's marshaling the forwards. Petrie getting the yellow jerseys out of the way. Penalty advantage coming to the United States.
The U.S. trying for their first points of the second half.
Ball available there for Mike Petrie. Andrew Duratalo. It's going to go back to a penalty advantage on the 5-meter line.
And here is how it all started. Great defense, forcing a turnover. And moving in was the captain, Chris Wiles.
Well, you can see the speed of Joe Tamani. And Tamani just gets the shirt tail of Chris Wiles. Bauman, a great line, but certainly not the speed to finish. And U.S. knocking on the door. They'll go to the line out. Expect Phil Teal to try to throw a dart here, and a drive coming from this U.S. pack. And I tell you what, you want to talk about confidence going into a World Cup. If the United States can take this ball out of the line out and drive it across the goal line, it'll do wonders for their chances in London. But
They turned it over. Another bad break on a line out and a turnover, and here comes Australia running. Australia with numbers, and the Aussies are going to turn this around just like that. Moving in with the score, Curtly Beale, and oh, how How many times can it happen to the U.S. twice tonight on lineouts, major turnovers?
Well, there will be nightmares in the forward pack for this U.S. team when execution is critical. They've squandered an opportunity. If they win that game, then the confidence is going to be swelling in the U.S. camp. Penalty advantage at the scrum again. Another concern area for the Eagles. Oh, that's a great take by Tomani.
And once again, Australia getting close to a try. And did they get in?
The question is, did Quade Cooper ground the ball on the line or over the line, or was he held up? Now it looks like he's a clear grounding there.
Obviously, Joe Tomani, number 14, leaping up, who helped initiate that play.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Look at the hands of Cooper, and as the tape rolls forward, you see him right there. Ball is grounded.
And those are the first points in this second half from Australia that was not a direct result of a U.S. turnover.
They're going to get some breaks, Australia.
The kick is good. What'd you say? They told you they're going to go over and put the pads on next week.
I think they want to put shoulder pads on, see what it's like.
They're going back over to Notre Dame and spend another few days before getting ready to go to England. Right now, they're trying to get back in for a score, and they do.
And this is just the Australians have stretched the fitness and the capacity of this Eagle team to stay on the field.
And another line-out turnover for the U.S. That has been they've accounted for all but one score for the Aussies here in the second half. It's been turnovers by the U.S.
Justin Fitzpatrick not happy with these lineouts. Great occasion for U.S. rugby, as you said, Kenny, to have Australia on home soil before a World Cup.
It is huge for both programs. Australians excited to be here. As we said, they really enjoyed hanging around Notre Dame's football stadium as well.
And they'll knock on another unforced error. Seamus Kelly can't find the handle. Will Genia boots it into touch, and that is the end of this match.
Australia shutting out the U.S. in the second half. It was 14-10 at intermission. All Australia in the second half, scoring all but one of their tries on turnovers by the U.S. At one time early in the second half, the U.S. had a chance to take the lead 17-14 inside the 2 meters, but they turned it over. Australia drove it all the way the other direction and scored, and that completely changed the complexion of the second half. And the number 2 team in the world, as expected, comes away with a big win here.